Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson today. So today is our first lesson, which we are going to start our new modules, new unit. So we'll start. So our title of the unit, new subject, is a corporate social responsibility. As an organization, how much we are socially responsible. So every organization, before starting this lesson, we need to understand what is meant by organization. So organization, any organization is an artificial person. What is organization? Is an artificial person. So every organization need to treat other people equally, because human being, we need to treat others in terms of as a corporate social responsibility human being as well. So organizations, artificial person, they have to treat other human being as a corporate social responsibility. So we'll go through some cases. We'll go through first, we'll go through the unit contents, what we're supposed to learn under this unit, and what meant to be in terms of assignment, what we're supposed to do. So the title of the unit, which we're supposed to learn, is Corporate Social Responsibility, to develop an understanding of CSR issues and impact of CSR policies on organization performance, which we'll go through. Learner will be required to demonstrate the evidence, understand the corporate social responsibility issues and impact of social responsibilities on stakeholders. We well aware of all stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest in an organization, or their interest will be affected, will be influenced, will be impact due to the action of the company, due to the decisions of the company, we call stakeholders. So we have under this unit, which we'll go through, understanding the current corporate social responsibility issues facing businesses. So we'll go through different issues those are facing by businesses. Many businesses these days, lot of discussion around the corporate social responsibility, which we'll go through. So define corporate social responsibility, what is meant by, describe the background and changing attitude toward the social responsibility, describe the regulatory framework for corporate social responsibility, which we'll go through, explain environmental issues in corporate social responsibility, economics and political issues in corporate social responsibility, social and community issues in the under the corporate social responsibility. So all which we'll go through, we'll discuss during our first lesson today. Then second, our learning outcome will be, and which is consist of 5 assessment criteria. Understand the impact of corporate social responsibility, in the short name we call CSR. So corporate social responsibility policies on different stakeholders, which we'll go through, we'll discuss, to assess the benefit of CSR to employees, impact of supply chain, CSR policies impact on business performance, CSR impact on marketing strategy, and then assess the potential conflicts which arise between the needs and the expectation of the different stakeholders, which will go through. Different stakeholders have a different needs, different expectations. Be able to make recommendations for the responsible businesses practices, how we can be more responsible. Okay, responsibility means we protect the wider interest of the public. So what we need to protect? Responsible in the wider interest of the public, local public. So we need to work. So today our lesson, learning outcome 1, which we're supposed to discuss behaving responsibly. What is meant by contributing to the better society, is what is meant by integrating social environmental concern into your business planning, what is meant by regulatory framework, ISO. What is ISO? Is called International Standardization Organization. They issue the certificate to organization on their quality, whatever. So ISO is consist of 3 things. So ISO is a abbreviation of International Standardization Organization, which issue the quality certificate. You may be heard about ISO 9000, ISO 14000, ISO, different version of certification for different organization. So social responsibility volunteer guidance under ISO 26000. If you want to apply your organization certificate that you're a CSR, you're a corporate socially responsible organization, and the people are the stakeholder interest or the trust on your organization will increase by getting this certificate. So ISO is based on three things. What you're saying, whatever you're saying, same thing we are doing. If we are saying we are cutting global warming, we are reducing recycling, we cutting the energy, investing on the renewable energy, we should do it. Yes, whatever we are saying, same thing we are doing, and we have a documentary evidence for it. If we are saying this product is a user friendly, this product have a no side effect, it should be proven. We have a documentary evidence, we are trial and tested it. So that's all about, they come and they say what you're saying, they assess what we are doing, and do we have a documentary evidence in terms of either documentary in terms of the audit, which normally we do internally. So environmental protection, it is the responsibility of every organization to protect environment. CO2, carbon footprint, we need to reduce. It's not only affect the generation we are in, it will affect the generation will come after us, so we need to protect the environment. Health and safety legislation, it is a responsibility of the organization. Health and Safety Act 1974 in the UK, which have a responsibility. We need to protect ourselves and provide the safe environment to our workers, our stakeholders. Human rights legislation, human rights, giving equal opportunities, protecting the child, protecting the right of the animals is all. We need to look around the human rights as a human being, but to have a rights of other corporate social responsibility, not restrict to the just human rights. It's rights of every stakeholder. So animals are the stakeholder, their life can be influenced, so our actions, so we need to look around their interest as well. Compliance with the employment legislation, like any employment laws, equal opportunity discrimination act, health and safety legislation, providing the fair chance, equal pay, there won't be a gender inequality in the pay rise or in opportunities. So all we need to address under the human rights legislation. We have a legislation, so which I'll go through for the difference between criminal law and the civil law. If we don't fulfill the legislation, we'll be charged as an organization on the criminal law. If we don't fulfill the responsibility towards the human being as an organization, we can be fined under the civil law. Civil law is between the law between individuals and organization, or individual between individual, and the criminal between states and individual, between states and organizations. So that's all about the difference which will. So compliance with the employment legislation, environmental issues, lot of recycling policy. What we have a policy in the organization, place recycling, sustainability, which how we can make our organization sustainable, use of packaging, logistic, delivery, congestion, scare of resources, pollution, carbon footprint, what we are doing towards, what are actions as an organization we are taking towards all these things, economics and political issues, which we'll discuss, localization and location of suppliers, which we need to look around, which will go through the supply and local supply for local people as a corporate social responsibility. Supporting local businesses, supporting developing countries, fair trade, not trading, uh, fairly trade, like more organic food, as well as not involved in the child labors. Even we are doing operation here, but the supply chain is coming abroad, so we need to look around. Quota which is a Japanese agreement on the corporate social responsibility as an organization, which is under the World Trade Organization as well as the environmental organization. So that's the principle being set up in Japan good few years back towards global warming and towards the organization practices. Social and community issues, implying socially disadvantaged and disabled people. So we provide the opportunity for disabled and disadvantaged. Advantages, maybe some areas we have a less grammar school for suppose in the UK. In other areas we have a more. That's why this government conservative the change. So some grammar schools are free now. So providing disadvantages child to providing them equal opportunity, equal education system. But in real world is quite difficult things. But up to some extent, government need to be sponsorship. So we are sponsoring. Helping people, we are sponsoring students those really want to accelerate and want to progress in the career, so encouraging education trend. So all will be focused. Learning outcome 2, which will go through next lesson, and then learning outcome 3, and all these contents will cover during our lesson. So please, if you have any question, so carry on dropping me email. So we have a 3 learning outcome, so we'll try to be finished in 3 lessons. So anybody any questions? So we'll go through assignment brief. I'll show you before we're moving forward to what our proper lesson. So please remember, CSR stand for corporate social responsibility, and it's a responsibility of organization towards fellow citizens. So all we need to look around. So we need to go through unit. So CSR mean corporate social responsibility. Sorry, it's taking 1 minute to download my file. So corporate social responsibility, 15 credit this unit. You've been given the context or the case which we supposed to. You need task 1, you define, describe background of training, attitudes, framework, regulatory, mental issues, economics, all this we need to go through task 1. Task 2, you're more assessing our implies, so implies supply chain. All we need to go through under supplies and all. And then you have assignment 2 as well. So there are this assignment is divided into 2 assignments. So please be careful. You have to submit 2 pieces of work. So one is a task 1, task 2, other your assignment 2, which is also task 1 and task 2. Private hospital are cleaning review the CSR policy, so we can download their policy, we can review, which I'll go through with you as well when we'll finish all our input as a lessons, and then we'll try to address and we'll find different cases to address these. If you have any questions, so please, in the meanwhile, drop me email and I'll get back to you. So let's, we'll start our lesson. So, okay, lesson 1. Please, those people don't know me or never met me, never really we speak each other. So my name is Anjum Sattar. I'm teaching with the university last 3.5 years. It's such a good place, such a nice place to work. We're all working as a team. We always have a strong belief on the Henry Ford quote, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. So we all here to work together to achieve what we're supposed to be achieved. So always success is in a team work. So always we need to look around how we can share ideas. So please feel free. You can share ideas from your background, where you're from, and corporate social responsibility. We have various issues in different part of the world. So today lessons and objective I discussed with you modules and assessment. So now we'll go through the introduction to corporate social responsibility, corporate governance, criminal and civil law, triple bottom line, what is the method, this balance scorecard, we all we supposed to discuss today. And what do you know about CSR? Have you ever heard about CSR? What is meant by CSR before? If you never heard about, so please do a bit research about CSR. Try to download one company CSR report. Every company publish CSR report. So every company publish the CSR report. CSR report is very crucial, that give the ethical side of the company, how ethically they not just focus on the money, but they focus on the welfare of the society, welfare of the public, welfare of the stakeholders. So all this we need to. What's happened? Those are people in the UK. They know what's happened. These companies they collapse. So sustainability, corporate social responsibility is very important. If you want to do a bit research about these companies, you can do as well. You can find a lot of stuff online about these companies, why they collapse. Different analysts have a different views, So I'm not going through in detail, but we'll find some companies, CSR reports, and we discuss during our lessons as well. So CSR, this is a belief that the organization should have some social responsibility. With the social responsibility, there is a social accountability. So socially responsible, you eliminate the child labor. Socially responsible, not pollute the environment. Socially responsible, charge the fair prices. Socially responsible, provide the jobs to the local people for the local, if they're willing to work, and we need to provide them best opportunity. It's your social responsibility to provide. It's a social responsibility to use local product more than the foreign product, because the money will stay within a country. Believe me, there are maybe differences between how the world is now and how it should be. But we keep the differences away, and we need to work in the welfare and the socially responsibility as an organization, what we have to do. Anybody, any question? Okay, next we're looking CSR. Maybe can you read it if difficult for you from there? So I'll try to make a slide a bit bigger, a bit readable. Okay, if we can't read it, so CSR, according to the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, WBCSD, World Business Council for Sustainable Development. A formal definition, corporate social responsibility has been proposed by the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. CSR is the continuous commitment by business to behave ethically. Ethically, what is meant by ethics? Ethics mean what is morally correct. So every country in every nation may be moral values slightly different, but we know the basic moral values like a child labor. Yes, paying fair wages. Yes, not telling lie. So these are all the moral value as an organization we need to set, and we need to work. So ethically contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of the worker, quality of life of workers. Not, providing them, there should be in at workplace health and safety policies should be maintained, giving them breaks, on regular interval, providing them flexible working hours they can work, not ignoring the people have expecting babies, the parents, single parent, disabled. So we all and make necessary arrangement, adjustment to be provide them opportunity so they can be part of your organization, their family, as well as the local community, society at large. So CSR does refer to the idea that the company should be sensitive to need and the wants of all stakeholders. Anybody knows what is the difference between needs and wants? Need is a basic needs. Food, shelter, water, these are needs. If I want specific drink, specific brand, want to, that's your want, not a need. So need is everybody need a break, everybody need some food, if everybody need a good working environment, that's a need. Want, oh, my want, I want to work from home. Yes, I don't want to, it's not my need, it's my want. Yes, I want to be, because needs is I supposed to be what basically without them I can't sustain it, I can't survive it. That's need. Wants is more than that. It's a specific brand, specific logo, you want to wear it. So that's your one. So all of the stakeholders in its business operation, not just the shareholder. So what is the difference between shareholder and stakeholder? Shareholder are the investor in the business, also are the stakeholder, but not all the stakeholder are the shareholder. So like HMRC, tax, CSR, CBR, tax office, they collect the information about the taxes. They collect the information about how the company is performing. Local council are the stakeholder. They have a quite interest in the company. So shareholder in mean investor. Shareholder want to be get the maximum return on their investment. Customer want to be get the cheaper prices, and the director of the company, they want to be more bonus. So we need to be balance it. We need to work in the corporately socially responsible manner. So stakeholder of the company are all those who are influenced by or can influence the company decision and action. Example, excuse me. So anybody, stakeholders groups, shareholders, directors, other employees, customer, suppliers, government, lenders, internal and external stakeholders. Anybody, any question? So please focus on corporate social responsibility and sustainable development. So if you want to be sustained in a business, we've seen few companies pictured at the beginning, those companies not anymore in business. So we need to make our business sustainable. If we'll say all electric car, we need to be instantly used. We have to borrow a lot of money, and those cars are very expensive. But of course, we want to be sustained. We want to be cut our CO2 step by step. But if it's financially not viable and we can't sustain it in a business, we have to close business. So what will be happen? So we need to look around sustainability that will carry on business and carry on improving it, sustain it. It will things we like today, maybe we don't like tomorrow, day after, because the things change according to environment. If we don't change ourselves as a company, as a more innovation, we can't be sustained in a business. So we need to think about corporate financial responsibility under sustainability under CSR. If our organization need to be make financially responsibility, corporate environmental responsibility, corporate social responsibility. However, the distinction between each category can be, we can look around CSR. Debates include employees' rights, law to prohibit it, which we need to look around discrimination at work. Environmental protection, reducing the factory emission level at the how we can save environment. So that is environmental responsibility. Supplier relationship, that's our social community involvement. Like building local schools, providing free parking for the local people, building park, from your company expenses. That's a social responsibility. As a society, you have to contribute. It's a responsibility. And under IAS 1, International Accounting Standard 1, which says, the company need to publish the CSR report, corporate social responsibility reports as well. So anybody, any questions? So please ask me. We'll discuss about Marks and Spencer and CSR approach. So Marks and Spencer, very well known organization. They publish CSR reports. So product throughout 3 stages, each product life. So production, selling, and usage. The aim to encourage ethically. Aim to encourage ethically is production. You produce ethically, you sell, charge the fair price, sell ethically, and the usage ethically, not put the rubbish on the floors and things, ethically consume it. Oh, that will be. So we need to look on encourage ethically, environmentally responsible behavior as an organization. People, everyone who work at the company is entitled to mix of benefit. This approach is also encouraged among the company suppliers, franchisor, and other business partners. So the company recognize its obligation to the community in which it trades. Successfully retailing require economically healthy and sustainable community. So that's all about. So important of CSR to an organization success. Traditional view has been corporate social responsibility offer no business benefits, so destroy the shareholder value, diverting the resources away from commercially activity. Such traditional argument the company should operate solely to make money for the shareholders, and it is not the company role to worry about the socially responsibility. Like nowadays, you can advertise your product, you spend the million on advertising, you say this is a product is wonderful. Or people can recognize your company, your product, you say you develop this school, and within a school giving free product to your, that can be a promotion, and that can be a socially responsible. You're helping people, you're doing your promotion, and you're promoting corporate social responsibility. So company pay taxes to the government. Oh, that's a good question here. As you maybe heard about the Facebook a lot. Facebook data protection, they not secure the data. It's a corporate social responsibility of the organization to protect the data. The information you store on not sell without your permission to other places. Pay the fair taxes. Facebook only pays 4,500 tax, a year 2 years ago, and the government we need to look around 175 million. So we need to think about, it's a corporate social responsibility as well. Which country you are, you should contribute it. You work in the best interest of the local public wherever your operation as an organization. Its government, charity should be responsible for the social matters. Traditional views losing support among size of businesses. The modern views coherent CSR strategy. You involve all your stakeholders to make strategies. You involve your various stakeholders when you make your long-term business plan. Monitor changing social expectation. If any company uh, not behaving like the building class in Bangladesh, and the Primark, they have a contract in Bangladesh, and that's uh, that was the problem with this, with the in a factory, lot of worker congestion is that anything, and ultimately building class. Who is responsible? It's a corporate social responsibility. Prime marks to check when you are giving contract to somebody, they should treat people fairly. They're not involved in the child labor, because you're saying you're a corporately socially responsible organization. So by aligning the company core value with the value of the society, and the company can improve the reputation and ensure. So British value can be embedded into the company's value, rule of law. Yes, so company need to follow the rule of law, democracy, providing equal opportunity. So all these are, the British value we can embed it. That can be linked. It's a corporate social responsibility of the organization as well. The single-minded to short-term profit will be. So we need to look around in terms of. So please, guys, if I'm giving you a bit, to look around the Marks and Spencer case on the corporate social responsibility, where you can find lot of facts and figures. Next, we're looking BAA, British Airway system is quite, BA is quite popular organization. British, so we need to look around own and operate 7 airport, British Airport Association. That's is a BA system as well. Used to be this is separate, BAS, British Nautical System Engineering Company. That's lot of, but it's happened like few years back. That was the news. This paid some money to the Saudis back end commission to the princes. So that is a corporate socially not responsible, is unethical. So ethically is need to be the right things, indirectly for a variety of the environmental, social, and economics impact for their operation. So positive impact implying 12,000 people, allowing business people to travel, meeting the supporting global economies, and allowing tourists to enrich their cultural experience, allowing disparate family to visit together. So negative impact, large consumption of fossil fuel emission, greenhouse gases, noises affecting the living close to airports. BA seek the CSR program as managing these operational impact in order to earn the trust of their stakeholder. For example, local people living near airports are sensitive to the noise to aircraft approaching and taking off. If BBA did nothing about this issue, local people could complain to the politicians and who could pass the laws to curb the number of flights, which would damage the company. As a part of CSR program, BAA will therefore offer to buy the properties local people concerned about aircraft noise or will offer to pay for the soundproofing of their properties like windows, double glazing, triple glazing, so sound won't come, so you can sleep easily. Those people are living, especially near Heathrow Airport or Stansted or various other airports, that was a huge, discussion is a carry on happening. You should consider such expenditure is expensive against the company's profit and investment in the strategic asset of the goodwill among the local community. So the CSR impact on the organization, CSR is a philosophy should be implemented throughout the business from the top to bottom. Top to bottom approach is we need to look around the traditional method of assessing how well the company is performing tend to be look only the recent the financial result. So we don't need to just look around the financial results. CSR cannot be properly reflect such as a performance in all the expenditure. CSR activities is written off all expenses and incurred without any benefit of asset is recognized. In the extend method performance reporting, we need to look around the balance scorecard. So this is approach is given by few years back, one of the great scholar, and it's been published under the um, also balance scorecard approach. Emphasis need to be provide the use of set of account with information addresses all relevant area of performance objectively. The information should be include both financial and non-financial elements. It's use usual as called balanced scorecard approach to report the performance from four separate areas. Financial perspective, report traditional information, profit, capital investment. Customer perspective, report how well the customer wants have been satisfied. Customer service, their satisfaction level. Internal perspective, report to the internal efficiencies of the business, bring in cutting the staff, bringing more automated machines, and looking innovation perspective, report to development of new product and the services. Those will reduce the CO2 and cutting like a new energy solar plates being installed in there, the water usage being a recycling plant being innovative being used in the organization. Triple bottom line reporting refer to extend reporting framework. So framework is a reporting framework to include not financial outcome but also environmental and social performance. The phrase associated is called triple bottom line concept: people, planet, and profit. So we need to look around the people, we need to look around the planet, and we need to look around academia, gradually developing the able approaches to reporting environmental socially performance, but not agree consensus yet being found. So slightly this is very gray area as well. So anybody, any question? So next, I'm going to quick show you slides. So principle of corporate governance. So when you want to be fulfill CSR, you need to look around how you govern your company. Leadership style, we need to focus. Effectiveness, we need to look around. Accountability, remuneration policies, salaries, relationship between with the various shareholders, all we need to look around the corporate governance. Segregation of duties, like in the Barclay Bank, not on few years back, the profit and the CEO of the company is being awarded 2 million bonus. Is it CSR? No, it's not. It need to be look around more governance, govern it, the shareholders participation, different level of management participation to run the internal audit committee, remunerations, all we need to look around and we need to identify the risk. Sustainability, sustainable development is the meet the needs of the present generation without the compromising the ability of the future generation. I will polluting environment maybe will affect this generation as well, but the more will be affected and the next generation will come after us. So always is it sustainable. Sustainable business is offer the product service that fulfill society needs, placing equally emphasis people, planet, all. So please go through these slides: economic, social, and environmental. So economics, underpayment, taxes, unsustainable practices. These are rich companies exploiting third world labor, the cheaper environmental long-term damage. So we're not supposed to. These are which we're not supposed to be. That's not corporate. So we're not fulfilling. The risk not be acting sustainably can be. So example of risk: Earth is finite system. Only through the sustainable development can be form hope to be ensure long-term growth. Social justice: if we have injustice, we can't sustain as a company. We need to look around environmental, we need to protect. So why the business should act? The potential cost saving can be short term gain in the sale, long term gain in the sale, and better risk management approach. Triple bottom line: expand to the traditional company report to the environmental, social, and economic. So you do reporting at all these three triple P's. Okay, so people pay its worker fair wage, planet reduce its ecological footprint, and the profit try to balance the profit objective with the two elements, which is people and planet. So that's all about role or responsibility of the financial people. All need to be look around, and these slides came from others awarding bodies. So risk management we need to perform. So that's all about CSR, corporate social responsibility as the organization. So this lesson, what we learn about what is meant by CSR, corporate social responsibility, what is meant by CG, corporate governance. Criminal law is between states and individual, and civil is between individual and individual. Those companies not perform and not fulfill the responsibility which they have the fellow citizen, because we mentioned the organization definition is an artificial person, and they have to treat equally and provide the equal opportunity to others. So that's come under civil law. And if a criminal, if any legislation they not fulfill, can be charged to the criminal under the criminal code, and that will be between government and individual. Triple bottom line, which we discussed, three P's, and the balance scorecard, which we need to financial perspective, social perspective, all we need to be balanced. So all this way is met our learning outcome one. So please go through these slides. If you have any question, anything, ask me. I'll go through with you again other lesson. So anybody any question, ask me. Okay, hope so. I will speak you soon. You have my email, so just drop me emails. Okay, will please try to join next lesson 1:30 UK time, and I will speak to you. Thank you. Bye bye.